a naked sweat, hoping somebody someday will do you like I did. But when it gets cold outside, I got nobody to love. You'll understand what I mean when I say there's no way we're gonna give up. And like a little girl cries in my face, I'm a monster that lives in a dream. Is there anyone out there? 'Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Is there anyone out there? 'Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Does it kill? Does it burn? Is it painful to learn that it's me that has all the control? Does it thrill? Does it sin when you feel what I bring and you wish that you had me all? But when it gets cold outside and you got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's no way we're gonna give up. Like a little girl cries in my face, I'm a monster that lives in a dream. Is there anyone out there? 'Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Is there anyone out there? 'Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Is there anyone out there? 'Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe.
I just want the cat, ooh, bitch, you wanna fuck, ooh, she love the slime, ooh, I just make the move, ooh, not a joke, not a joke.
You know you're better than this. Come make a start, got your heart in the head up. No, I don't believe any of it. Just tell me to stop with your heart in the head up. You know you're better than this. Come make a start, got your heart in the head up. I don't believe any of it. Just tell me to stop with your heart in the head up.
A new kind of love, genetically altered. Enough of love life, and I can't believe it's not love. I can't help myself.
Who are you people? Don't you see the universe matters more than your meaningless squabble?
Without the security,
Meaningless, huh? What do you know? Meaningless. Spend most of your life ruled by the numbers. Watch your race dwindle to a simple. And then tell me what has more meaning than your own strength.
let the sky fall. We will stand tall, face it all. Together, let the sky fall. When they crumble. I like when people fuck on my bitch. Shit I'm posting on Twitter, they telling me, hey, don't say that. How niggas can't see me in public, I'm driving to off.
In the days after the September attacks, there were countless rumors about strange coincidences surrounding the events. One report about a group of Middle Eastern men spotted the morning of September 11th parked just across the river from New York City has not gone away.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my niggas Nazis, nigga, how
And the Romans? Where were they now?
You're looking at him, asshole.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my niggas Nazis, nigga, how she wanna fuck with Japan. I put the crumb on the bench.
Oh, change me, I'll let you know. Complaining, it's time to go. Real heartstrings won't stretch you far. Still fading, you superstar. Oh, change me, I'll let you know. Complaining, it's time to go. Real heartstrings won't stretch you far. Still fading, you superstar. Sun is coming down on Jackal's back. Hold your head high on twisted track. Don't cry near me, oh. Don't cry near me, oh, oh. Daddy's come home and you don't know why. Calling from home's a waste of time. Don't cry near me, oh. Don't cry near me, oh, oh. Radio spills electro, catching the breeze and let go. Falling on ears we don't know. Just like a bomb, they must be. Teenagers know they scare me. Pain in the face we don't see. All through the air, the heat was there, lifting the car above the square, just like a flare lit up the night sky off. The moon was bright as satellite, now speeding past the bright light. Don't cry near me, oh, oh. Sun is coming down on Jackal's back. Hold your head high on twisted track. Don't cry near me, oh. Don't cry near me, oh, oh. Oh, change me, I'll let you know. Complaining, it's time to go. Real heartstrings won't stretch you far. Still fading, you superstar. Still fading. Oh, change me, I'll let you know. I'll let you know, I'll let you know. Complaining,
chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know.
Until I got out of class, you scared of pocket shit. Before all this rap shit, I was gang banging and doing half beats on the copy shit. And I'm straight from the shop, but I ball like a king up in Cali and shoot like Stojakovic. Keep applying that pressure, I go on the run, it ain't no letting up, it ain't stopping it.
This is just what's been on my mind lately, but let's take a look. We'll see what you all have to say.
White woman, no baby, sent $10. Nick, would you ever consider sending me your genes? I would like
Okay.
to find a good guy to have a baby with. I'm white Christian and don't care about what is in your genes. I just want your genes. It would be fun to ask them the JQ. Also, why the hell did your grimy Jewish ass hate? Based and Frollo Pilled sent $7. You should see some of the fan fiction that the Tumblr girlies who are obsessed with you write.
Do I click on this? Bruh. Yuck. Nick Fuentes / reader. Nick Fuentes / you. Smug Nick Fuentes. Overprotective Nick Fuentes. Affectionate Nick Fuentes. Breeding, impregnation, face sitting. Reader is spoiled by Nick. Reader is short. Bruh. Shenanigans in general. Authors are deranged. Not a slow burn. Semi-public sex. Transphobia. Porn with plot. That's fucking gross, dude. Yeah, we gotta stop. We're gonna stop writing fan fiction immediately. Yeah, okay. Don't send this to me anymore. Thank you, but don't send that to me anymore. No one's allowed to say that the blood is a quintessential part of this, that the blood of our people is something that is essential, that we are different, that America was different because we are different. What makes Christianity and Christ so different from the other religions is that our religion is based on the bearing of suffering for the sake of even those that persecute us. An overflowing of love. An overflowing of self-giving love. So much of it, it cannot be contained. An unconditional, absolute standard of love for all of God's children, even those that are misguided, even those that persecute us, even the most heinous among us. That is what makes us different. That is what makes us good. Ever since I got on this keto diet, ever since I got on the ever since I got on the carnivore diet, shut the fuck up.
Any final words to young men?
The final words are just focus. Read as many books as you can, learn a language, learn an instrument, get the best grades you can, get into a good school, and just don't mess around. You turn like 18, 20, and then it just goes at light speed. And if you are wasting time, years will go by. And you will wake up when you're 25 years old and say, I thought I would have accomplished more by now. Why am I still stuck in the same place? Let time be your ally by working every single day at what you think you want to be doing in 20 years.
The servant who received 5 talents invested it and earned 5 more. The one who received 2 talents also invested wisely and earned 2 more. But the servant who received 1 talent went and dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. When the master returned, the servant with 5 talents said, "Master, you gave me 5, and look, I've gained 5 more." The master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Because you have been faithful with little, I will put you in charge of much." The servant with 2 talents said, "Master, you gave me 2, and look, I've gained 2 more." The master said the same. "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with little, I will trust you with much." But the servant with 1 talent said, "Master, I was afraid, so I hid your money in the ground. Here, take back what is yours." The master replied, "You wicked and lazy servant. If you knew that I reap where I have not sown, then you should have at least put my money in the bank so I could have earned interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one who has 10. For whoever has will be given more, and whoever does not have, even what little he has will be taken away."
We have a tendency to unthinkingly always support the right wing. Why? Because the Republicans are better than the Democrats. Here's a little perspective. Let's say that Kamala Harris had won the election in 2024. If Kamala doubled down on supporting Ukraine as Trump has, if Kamala bombed Iran, there'd be riots in the streets. People would say our illegitimate president who cheated her way into the nomination, she's expanding the war, she's expanding World War III into the Middle East. Everybody would say this is illegitimate, this is like a crime. But because it was Trump, 90% of Republicans supported Trump bombing Iran on Israel's behalf. Because it was Trump. If it was Kamala, do you think 90% of Republicans would have supported it? Absolutely not. Democrats wouldn't support it, independents wouldn't support it, and Republicans would not support it. And it's time to just say it outright. Donald Trump is the Matrix president. Okay? In 2016, Hillary Clinton was the Matrix candidate. In 2020, Joe Biden was the Matrix candidate. But in 2024, Donald Trump was. And why? After October 7th, the Jews knew that the Republican Party, controlled by AIPAC, controlled by Israel, and with Trump in office, they were going to let Israel do whatever they wanted to do. It's clear, it's obvious, and the media's in on it. Silicon Valley, Wall Street, and the media are all in on it because Trump is their Matrix candidate. That's why CNN is friendly to them. That's why Silicon Valley gave him hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why Wall Street did. And Trump is just dispensing the favors. Corporate tax cuts for Wall Street, bombing Iran for Israel. This is the story of the 2024 election. And here's the red pill that nobody's ready for. J.D. Vance is the Matrix candidate. They ordered Trump to nominate him. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Tucker Carlson ordered Trump to pick J.D. Vance. We live in a system that is controlled by one party, and they played the parties off of each other. They've done it forever. When Israel was under attack, they played into the right wing because they knew that the Republican Party would say things like, there's a Muslim takeover of America. Trump said he was going to bomb Iran. We're tough. So they leaned into the Republican cultural stuff. That's why Charlie Kirk says Islam is taking over America, because that kind of Islamophobic rhetoric plays well with the right wing. That's why they did it. There's no Muslim takeover of America. There's a Jewish takeover of America, obviously. And the Republicans are involved in it just as much as the Democrats. And this is what they don't want you to hear. Arch of Titus. There was an article about this shirt. They said Nick Fuentes is selling a t-shirt depicting the Arch of Titus relief. They're not happy about it. You gotta let them know. Gotta tell them. We took your menorah. Haha, we got your menorah, bro. Stole that shit. We got your menorah. Belongs to Rome.
Somebody take me home. They're trying to bury me. I'm going back to those beaches in Tennessee. Somebody take me home. I'm not the enemy. I'm going back to those beaches in Tennessee. I'm going back to those beaches in Tennessee. I'm going back to those beaches in Tennessee.
Them boys popping mad noise, gon' get what they ask for. You know I pay cash for it. That dough running fast for it. You stealing the swag, boy. You could've just asked for it. Won't smoke, we can match, boy. I'm turned to the max, boy. Told you what the facts was. They gave me the axe for it. Knew I would bounce back, Lord. Cause you got my back, Lord. They tryna attack, Lord. Turn me to a pack, Lord. That dough running fast, boy. And I don't have to rap for it. Yeah, he a bad boy. And when I got baptized, I said a prayer. It went, Lord, please don't let me be like these rap guys.
You make people like me.
So you could point your middle finger and say, there go the bad guy.
The reality of Nick Fuentes, they are getting stronger. I don't want to pretend, oh no, they're totally irrelevant. You know, we shouldn't be worried about them. That's not true at all. They're getting much stronger.
People, I know young people, they sit and listen to him and go, you know, that's true. Nobody ever mentions that, but there's some truth to that.
Instagram suggested a Nick Fuentes reel, and all the comments were like, Fuentes is right.
I had not listened to anything from Nick Fuentes once, not even a clip, nothing, until about 6 months ago.
It was bad for President Trump to have Ye West and Nick Fuentes over for dinner.
It's undeniable. This young dude is a force to be reckoned with.
Why are we fighting in Iran? It's not about nukes. It's not about missiles. All you have to do is take a look at a map. They have made peace with Egypt, Jordan, Emirates, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. They have destroyed the regime in Iraq, Syria, and soon to be Iran. And what this gives them is unbridled, unlimited power. To do what exactly? Well, most likely to expand their territory. Who exactly would stop them? The answer is nobody. If Israel controls that region, how rich, how powerful can they become? My issue with Iranian regime change is that we are creating an Israeli superpower that not even we will be able to restrain. Look at how they have used us like an instrument. They stole a nuclear arsenal from us. They got all of this military technology from us. We defeated their foes. And now we have essentially handed this to them. Now they're ready to cut the umbilical cord and become their own superpower. We endured the cost. We paid the money. Our soldiers died. Our country burned so that a Israeli superpower could be born. And now our country will be in the wreckage.
All right, 15 seconds. Guidance is internal.
This country was conquered
5
by those who move forward.
4. Ignition sequence start.
You are the best chess player in the world without a doubt, aren't you?
5.
Best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Live with my words. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever.
15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 4, 3, 2. Ignition sequence start. 5, 12, 11, 10, 9.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Me and my friends, we go out, we take pictures and make stuff together, and sometimes we cry, we kiss each other, real incestuous vibes. Yeah, we're so inspired, basically all the time. Yeah, we're on to the next. I think the dance floor is dead, so now we're making rock music. Wow, I'm really banging my head. I'm really hurting my neck. The nerve damage is real, but it's the only way to feel something. Hurt yourself. Yeah, maybe jump off the stage. I hope they catch you today, but if they don't, it's okay. I think the dance floor is dead. So now we're making rock music. I'm really banging my head. I'm really banging my head. I'm really banging my head. And now we're making rock It got taken out of context, obviously, but I didn't do it, even if I did. Wrote a really good notes app apology. Think my politics could work as a press strategy, and my heritage could give me quite the USB. Can't hide the fact I'd rather take the easy road. Yeah, I think I'll be alright if I look good in the clothes. Spring, summer, 26, when the world is gonna end, no hope for any fit. Yeah, we're walking on a runway that goes straight to hell. Nothing's gonna save us, no music, fashion, or film. Spring, summer, 26, when the world is gonna end, no hope for any fit. Yeah, we're walking on a runway that goes straight to hell. I know.
Okay.
Blacked out as a phantom, your phone keeps having a tantrum. You won't boy with the party, this song your national anthem. Full gold and I'm platinum, my bro shit some magnums. Got girls flocking all over, cause I'm young, late and I'm handsome. If you talk shit then I bang them, you're banged out in a mansion.
But one of them caught our eye, the one in the center. He would neither go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
Ago, people said, I just can't even imagine Trump bringing us to war in Iran. For regime change? That's insane. It's unimaginable. And now it's inevitable. Now it's unthinkable that we're not going to war. And that is because of the coercive influence of organized crime inside of our country. I think I'm MAGA. Kiss me, I'm Irish. I have been tolerant. I have been far too nice. You have officially pushed me too far. It is a war against everybody. Total war. My new message, fuck unity. You're not on board with Groypers. You're not on board with America First. It's on site. Okay. You don't want me as a friend. Let's see how you like the Groypers as enemies then.
Out in the six, I'm a national treasure. The niggas that bad me gon' bad me forever. R.I.P. Kobe, but y'all niggas brokey. That's probably why y'all be shacking together.
I am done holding everybody up like Atlas. I am done carrying everybody on my back.
Fuck all you pussy man who can relate.
You have awakened the beast. You woke up the monster. Now it's on sight.
Really can't find me the words. You
America First.
I wish that I knew what to say.
Groypers.
Don't see your face. Your first time back since back in
Nick
the day.
Fuentes. That's it. If you're not with me, you are my enemy. The unity is over. It's one message. War on all fronts.
Go to the hotel right after your game. Come to your show and get back on the plane. But don't stick around in the six. Don't stick around in the six.
And America First is here to take over. We're not here to unite and take shit.
Damn way niggas talking about
we are fresh out of magnanimity here.
For some tickets, now you niggas trying to stop the show.
Iceman used to be a nice man.
I'm cold.
might dip out of 6, run out of 6, just like it did.
Fuck what you heard of me. Yeah, fuck what you heard of me. I know that you heard of me. No, I can't fuck with you. No, I can't rock with you. No, I can't talk to you. That was on my body when I walked through the city lights on me. Yeah.
We paved the way with our corpses. Reuters and all the alt-righters that got banned, all the alt-righters that got slandered, even people that killed themselves. Our corpses paved the way for you now to walk over. And you can't give us acknowledgement. Now you want to slam the door on us. It's not right. It's not right. Deliver it. J.D. Vance? If they repealed birthright citizenship, his wife wouldn't be a citizen anymore. I know no other country. This is my home. Palantir is an AI data analytics company. They use artificial intelligence to look at vast amounts of data and create insights. If the government has an amount of data which is kind of unimaginable, if you've got every phone call, every email, every transaction, every photograph of a license plate on the highway, satellite data, it's too much data for a bureaucracy to sift through. Palantir comes in and interprets the data using algorithms, using artificial intelligence, using software to make vast amounts of data usable. That's what they are. And so many of the people that worked with Elon that came into the government through Doge worked with Palantir. Now that Doge is finished, Palantir seems to be just getting started.
Every time that you open up, you know that I can't get close enough. See, everything gets so damn mixed up, and I can't get nothing to add up. See, all I want is a little trust. Yeah. Know that it's more than enough for you.
I don't even know what to think anymore. Can you show me? Show
federalism will be our credo. It's going to be only America first. America first. The American people will come first once again. With respect, the respect that we deserve. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first.
Starting soon. Big day, big day. Gonna be big information. Everybody stay tuned. Please retweet, share, like, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. You know what to do. It's been a long day of streaming. I'm keeping all the streams going. I'm streaming everybody. I streamed Syrian Girl. I streamed Laura Loomer. I'm streaming Nick. We watch everything here. No censorship. No censorship. You make up your own mind. We're not telling anybody what to do. Watch it for yourself. See for yourself. Go to X. Repost our X. Go to Rumble. We're also live on YouTube.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight. Very excited to be back here with you tonight on Thursday. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Lots to get into. Big show. Our featured story tonight is unbelievable. Just when you thought it couldn't get any more criminal and corrupt and ridiculous, our featured story is about how President Trump, through his Trump Media Group, is now going to begin selling early access to his Truth Social posts on his Truth platform, so that investors can use that information to place speculative investments or bets on betting markets. The sitting president will charge people money for early access to public statements and press releases, effectively so that they could get insider information to use for financial gain. How is that even legal? How is that even an idea that was approved? I don't understand the boldness of this administration. We'll talk all about it. It came out earlier today, I think universally criticized, and this is merely a formalization of what we already knew was going on anyway. There was another story today about how a Trump teleprompter operator made $100,000 placing bets because he was able to read Trump's speeches in advance of when he gave them to the public. And we know that other members of the administration, including people very close to the president, are doing the exact same thing. So I suppose, in a way, it's just a little bit more transparent. I don't know that it's honest. It's just that they're doing the same thing. They're just profiting from it in an additional way, and they're maybe being more open about what we all knew was happening regardless. So we'll talk all about that. We'll get into it. We're also going to talk tonight about J.D. Vance's appearance on Joe Rogan. Did everybody see it? I tried to get through some of it, and it was challenging. I really don't find J.D. Vance to be compelling. I don't think he's interesting. I don't think he's charismatic. I don't find him likable. But there was one section of the 3-hour interview which stood out, which is when they began to discuss the war in Iran and, in particular, the influence of Israel as it pertains to the ongoing diplomatic developments in the Middle East. And what is now causing a major problem in the GOP is that J.D. Vance is beginning to criticize Israel, and more intensely than ever before. In the interview, J.D. Vance basically accused the state of Israel of manipulating U.S. politics, and he went even deeper than that. He said the manner in which Israel manipulates our government, the manner in which they influence our country is that they seek to influence public discourse on social media. And specifically, he named the operation of Brad Parscale through Salem Media, who registered as a lobbyist for Israel last year. And he said that specifically Israel has been bashing him, J.D. Vance, and trying to derail the diplomatic process by criticizing the Memorandum of Understanding and calling Vance an anti-Semite for supporting peace with Iran. He also said that Jeffrey Epstein, more likely than not, was connected to U.S. intelligence and Israeli intelligence as well at the highest levels. So this went out. I believe they spoke about Israel for 15 to 30 minutes, and you've never heard a Republican talk like this. You've never heard a sitting vice president talk like this about Israel. So it caused a great deal of controversy on the Republican side. Vance has been heavily criticized for the interview by Ben Shapiro, by Rod Dreher at the Free Press, by Representative Randy Fine from Florida, by all of the media in Israel, by Fox News. I repeat myself. The vice president has been roundly criticized for speaking out. And I got to tell you, if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think the vice president is taking the right approach here. The central problem with the vice president's approach to the Israel issue, it's one word: equivocation. Every time Vance talks about Israel, if you are paying attention, and I know that is hard for you, I know that is hard for the multitude, I know that is hard for the bots and the NPCs that watch this show, because they hear J.D. Vance say something like this about Israel, and they sort of fill in the blanks. They're not hearing what J.D. Vance is saying. They're hearing something else. They're hearing a combination of what J.D. Vance actually says, combined with things they're projecting onto what he is saying, assumptions that are being made, filling in the blanks, and they're maybe getting a more radical message than what Vance is really saying. If you pay very close attention to the diction and the word choice and what Vance actually says, what he said when the MOU was announced, what he said in this interview, it is not that revolutionary. And that's really the problem, because the Israelis will not tolerate anything other than total support. If it is not absolutely positive, if it is not totally supportive, if it is not one note in favor of Israel, then they perceive it as a dire threat. It can't be anything less than full-throated support. And that seems to be exactly what Vance is going for, is something just less than, just underneath full-throated support. But it's not criticism, and it's not negative, and it's not strong at all. The language is not strong. I wouldn't even describe it as very critical. And what this does is it creates all the problems of criticizing Israel. It has animated the Israeli right against him. And so Randy Fine and Ben Shapiro and the others are very unhappy. But at the same time, he is not really expressing the full position and, in my opinion, doing a good job of making the case that Israel has pernicious influence over America. I don't feel enthusiastic. I don't feel like I can trust that he's going to put America over Israel, because the rhetoric is tepid. It's weak. He's constantly equivocating. And we'll get into some specific examples, but it's not strong enough. And so this is why the middle road, that lukewarm path, it's always the worst of both worlds. You're going to get punished anyway by the Israelis no matter what. Unless you are all the way in favor of Israel, you can expect you're going to get punished. They will notice. They are paying much closer attention than anyone else. And so you're going to get the critique. You're going to get the attacks. But if you are in the middle, and he described himself in this interview as the reasonable moderate on the issue, well, look, if we acknowledge that Israel is adversely influencing our country, if they're doing it in a pernicious way, then we need to be totally against this. We have to be in my opinion, very resolute and strong in our condemnation of their influence. So that's not doing it for the people that agree with him. For those that might tend to agree that we have an Israel problem, that rhetoric it's not doing it for those people either. So you're getting criticized by the Israelis, but you're not getting the support from everybody else. You're just making everybody unhappy. You're drawing attacks on yourself without rallying anybody to your defense. It's not good enough. And I think that he and Tucker fundamentally do not understand the nature of this beast. I do. They don't. I know it because I've been dealing with this for 10 years. They don't know this because they haven't been dealing with it. And you may think that because of their station that they're smarter than me or smarter than us or they have more experience, but they don't. They're blinded because they're inside the Beltway. This is their blind spot. And so because of their proximity to the Israel influence machine, because they've been a part of it, because they've been inside of it for so long, they just don't know how it works. And they're beginning to find out the hard way. And I think that's why Tucker's gone so radical. He realized there's no middle ground. You're in or you're out. That's how they see it, and that's the way it is. So we're going to get into that. We'll talk about all that. Before we do, I want to remind you to smash the follow button on Rumble, smash the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. Check out our merch store, Fuentes.store. We have the brand new summer collection available. We have our two brand new, we actually have 3 hats, but the third one we don't have yet. Always something like that. We have our 250 commemorative America First hat. It's a navy blue, gold bordered flag, NJF in gold. 250 on the side to commemorate America's 250th birthday. We also have the double lightning bolt AF 6-panel hat. This one's more casual. I like hats like this because you throw it on with like a black hoodie. And it's low key. You know, it's no one knows what AF necessarily means. It could mean anything. We also have our t-shirts, brand new shirts. Arch of Titus Relief, super popular. This is a basic AF bubble letter shirt, more discreet. Groipsicle. We got the Nick's hot dog stand shirt. This one's kind of fun. Very Chicago. This America First Vision shirt and Deport Sneeko. And Deport Sneeko if you want to show support for the cause. So check out the brand new merch. We also have the shorts. I don't think I've shown the shorts since Monday. We got the brand new shorts as well. These are pretty cool. All right. That's the merch. You've seen it. If you want to support the show, subscribe at AmericaFirst.plus. $15 a month, you get access to the archive. $100 a month, you get to be in the group chat with me. And I'm giving you bonus content, hanging out, giving you guys information, insider information, many times. So check those out as well. With that, we're going to dive in. I got to tell you, it's been a brutal day here in Chicago, because we have this wildfire smoke coming in from Canada. I'm sure you've heard about it, and it is brutal. I've never experienced this. I know you get this in, like, out west, and you get this in the desert. We don't do wildfires out here. It's not like that. It's too humid. It doesn't get that hot. It's not dry enough, I think. And so we are just being raped to death by this cloud of smog all day. The visibility is zero. The, air quality index is like 700. It's insane. So I can't breathe. I have not been able to breathe all day. It hurts my eyes. It hurts my throat. I don't leave the house anyway, but it's in the house. So it's been a rough day, very taxing, and I'm very sensitive to that. I'm very sensitive to allergens and mold and things like that. I don't know how you cigarette smokers do it. I saw on Twitter, they said that if you were in New York for one full day, it's the equivalent of smoking 10 cigarettes. I don't know how you people do this. It's like I would just die. So I don't know if I'm going to make it through the show. I have water here, but I'm like dying. So it's been hard to breathe. What is going on with all this anomalous weather? The liberals were right. The climate is changing. We're sorry. We're sorry. We'll take shorter showers. I'll buy an electric car. We're sorry. Isn't it true, though? I used to not really tend to believe in that. They would say there's going to be more extreme weather because of climate change. I said, fuck you. The weather's always changing, idiot. Ever heard of the seasons? Ever heard of the Ice Age? But it's getting, there's like, now Illinois has 500 tornadoes a year. There's wildfires and dust storms. And it's getting a little out of hand out here. It's getting a little nutty. Make it normal again. This summer's been pretty mild, I have to say. Hasn't been too bad. It's been a little hot lately, but spring went right through June. It was very mild for the most part. A lot of rain. I love the rain. But the wildfires, I can't do that. Anyway, I saw up north, the air quality index is like 1,000, which if you Google this, it's like causes irreversible lung damage if you're out there for like 10 minutes. It's totally, and I saw like people just like playing around today at the park and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, so we're going to get into it. I'm a little fatigued because of it. I want to get into the JD Vance story first because to me, this is so fascinating. So I'm sure many of you guys have seen it and you've heard about it. JD Vance was on Joe Rogan for a 3-hour interview. Honestly, I just can't stand this person. So let me just say at the outset, I'm not objective at all because I just can't stand this guy. And it's so funny because I put the interview on and I knew exactly how it was going to go. I set a timer. I set a stopwatch. I said, how quickly are we going to get that fake laugh? How soon into the interview are we going to get JD Vance doing his fake laugh at something that isn't even funny? Joe Rogan is going to say, all right, we're here for the interview. And JD Vance is going to be like, I was like, literally, how long is it going to take to get that? 15 seconds. 15 seconds into the interview. It was literally like, all right, so we're doing this thing. So, Mr. Vice President, hey, Joe. It's like he didn't say anything funny. He hasn't said anything yet. You got to wait until they say something funny to laugh, JD. You got to wait until he says something funny. Then you laugh. And the other thing I can't do is the relatability shtick. He's always got to throw something out there in the first 2 minutes to make him sound relatable. So they're talking about the UFC fight on the White House lawn. And that's their common ground. They're going to rap about that. Vance is at the West Wing. Joe Rogan is a UFC guy. They had the UFC fight at the White House. And so Vance says, I got to tell you, Joe, the only thing I was concerned about is with every delay from the weather, I had to go and promote my book the next day. I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to get to bed until 4 a.m. Shit, I'm not going to get any sleep. And it's like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up and just do the interview. Joe, the one thing I was concerned about is I'm not going to get any sleep tonight. Isn't that? Oh my gosh, that's so relatable. Oh my gosh. I felt the same way. Me watching at home, I felt the same way. I thought, what time am I going to get to bed? It's like that with everything. It's always doing this relatability, and it's always the swear words. They're always saying all this bullshit about me. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, dude, just please kill me. You all know where I live. Please just end it all immediately. So anyway, so I'm not objective. I am biased. I don't like this guy. I don't like him. I don't like his personality. I don't like his fake laugh. I don't like the personality thing. Anyway. But the most important, so I skipped ahead. The most important part of the interview came when they talked about the war in Iran. And they talked about Israel. And this is where it actually got interesting. Joe Rogan is pressing JD Vance about the influence of Israel. And it appears that JD is becoming a bit more critical of Israel. he starts to say, for example, that Israel tries to influence our country. He says the way that Israel influences America is that they try to influence the public debate in America, which is an interesting thing to say because it is a general statement and non-specific to say that Israel, like other countries, attempts to influence American policy, naturally. But he takes it further. This is actually quite sophisticated. He says, how do they influence American public policy? They influence the public discourse on social media with these social influence campaigns. He says, and the problem is when American officials and representatives allow themselves to be influenced by this. He says, in one specific example where this happens is with the Memorandum of Understanding. He said he knows for a fact that this was a plan hatched in Israel. This is the agenda of the Israeli government to use their influence over American political discourse to try to derail the peace process. They are trying to poison the American public on the peace deal that was achieved by J.D. Vance and Steve Witkoff with this Memorandum of Understanding because Israel wants the war to go on indefinitely. So their agenda was to take out the deal so the war can continue. And how did they do that? They mobilized their agents inside the United States to poison public opinion against the deal and specifically attack Vance, who brokered the deal and was promoting the deal. He said, and so they're calling me an anti-Semite over this, when in reality, I have deep respect for the Jews and so on, for the Jewish faith. And this is the story. This is from an Israeli source. It says, quote, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance downplayed Israel's alleged political influence on U.S. policies in the Iran war while talking to Joe Rogan on Wednesday. Vance said, quote, there's a lot of talk about how much the Israeli government is influencing American politics. There are certainly people within the Israeli government who hate the deal, and we see exact evidence. He also referenced a story published on Tuesday in Time magazine, which commented on how U.S. President Trump's former campaign manager, Brad Parscale, was linked with an Israeli government-funded campaign paying conservative influencers to push their audiences toward denouncing the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran. The Time article, he said, quote, is worth reading because it lists a bunch of people who have quite literally been paid by a former Trump campaign person who was himself paid by certain elements within the Israeli government. And those people are attacking me viciously for quite literally trying to accomplish the negotiation objective that the president set for the country, he added. Rogan asked how these people are attacking Vance, to which the vice president said, it's social media posts leaking to reporters. They're attacking me obsessively, saying we should not be negotiating with Iran. We should just keep the military campaign going indefinitely. He said, I should be clear, I don't actually mind that. How could you not mind? He said, let's say certain elements of the Israeli government want to criticize the deal or have disagreements about the deal. I don't even mind an effort to try to influence foreign governments to try to influence foreign governments try to influence the United States all the time. You know, Israel does it, other countries do it. It's just sort of the nature of the beast. How could you not mind? He says, what bothers me is actually when American leadership allows that influence to affect their judgment and to affect what they are advocating for. That's what really bothers me. People are always going to try to influence the United States of America, whether they're allies of ours or whether they're enemies of ours. The vice president also defended his position toward Israel and allegations of anti-Semitic and anti-Zionist views. He said, the crazy thing is, people don't realize this, I'm actually like the reasonable moderate, when placing himself within what he called the massive pro-Israel, anti-Israel debate in the United States. He said, I think that's what so many people don't realize. I'm accused of being an anti-Semite. Some people say I've insulted the Jewish religion, which is insane. My attitude towards this is Israel is an ally like France or the UK. We are going to have disagreements with them. We are going to have agreements with them. There are areas where we're going to have similar interests and areas where interests are going to diverge. Vance and Rogan also discussed the level to which Israel allegedly attempts to influence politics. Vance said, I think some are better at it than others. I think Israel is definitely more effective at it than most. But I wouldn't say they're the only effective country trying to influence American politics by any means. It's more than that. The concern is they're spying on American politicians. This is Joe Rogan. That there are concerns about funding, influence, concerns about whether or not politicians are aligned with Israel or whether they're aligned with the U.S. first. So here's the thing about J.D. Vance. And I said this a couple of days ago. The dynamic is as follows. What is happening in America, as everyone knows, is that the public is turning against Israel, and specifically the young people. Democrats, more so than Republicans, have turned against Israel, but the young people, both on the left and the right, have turned against Israel. And this is why the Democrats yesterday voted to defund Israel and take away their foreign aid. Why? The majority of Democrats, or I should say more Democrats than not, voted to take away Israel's aid. In the New York Democrat primary, 3 DSA Zoran-backed anti-Israel candidates beat their establishment primary opponents. The Democrats are preparing for 2026 and more so for 2028. They know that Israel is unpopular and they are acting accordingly. They're responding accordingly to what is popular within their party and unpopular. Similarly, J.D. Vance wants to be the nominee in 2028. Unlike Trump, who is term limited out of office and can't run next, J.D. Vance knows this is going to be his problem in 28. He's going to face the same problem as the establishment Democrats did in that primary. He's going to face the same problem that Trump faces right now, which is that the young people in his party and a growing number of people overall in his party don't like Israel. So he knows that if he wants to win some of these primaries, if he wants to be competitive in 28, and not just in the primary, but in the general, he is going to need to distinguish himself as not controlled by Israel, maybe willing to criticize Israel as America first, specifically in the context of this war. Because whereas before, maybe there was a general growing Israel critical sentiment, now there is a lightning rod for criticism of Israel, and that's the war in Iran. Now it has become discrete. It's become tangible. It's costing us something. America's obsession with Israel, its preoccupation with Israel, its occupation by Israel has now brought us into another forever war that's causing gas prices to go up, causing inflation to tick up. It's going to cost us maybe upwards of hundreds of billions, maybe $1 trillion. So now this is becoming an unignorable issue. Can't circumvent it. So Vance needs to position himself ahead of 2028 as someone that is not going along with this. That's why I said a couple of days ago, he has an Iran war problem. He's backing an administration that's Israel first. He's backing the administration that brought us to war in Iran. And he's going to have to defend this war as part of his record in 2028, even though it's deeply unpopular for many reasons. He's going to have to get creative and thread the needle. He's going to have to at once own up to his involvement in the policy while also distancing himself from being responsible for it. And I said a couple of days ago, I said, what's going to be the mechanism? I said, Vance will say, my job as vice president is to support the policies of the president, which is what I did. And to the extent that I disagreed, I'm just trying to achieve the best outcome. I'm trying to make a peace deal. I'm doing my best to make diplomacy succeed. And so even though I was not in a position to betray or oppose the president's policy, I did my best to mitigate or ameliorate the damage. I said that a couple of days ago, and almost bar for bar, word for word, he said that on Joe Rogan. But the larger issue, the thematic issue, it's not specifically just about the war. Of course, it was also about Gaza, and it's about the foreign aid. And it's like Joe Rogan said, it's about the broader conversation about Israel's money in our politics, their control over our media, their influence over certain politicians. So Vance has this problem that at once, just like with the Iran war, there's another contradiction. At once, he needs to pander and appeal to this growing number of people, especially young people, that are anti-Israel. At the same time, he cannot completely alienate the Jewish right in America. It's only about 20% of American Jews are Republican. And they're all Republican because they're pro-Israel. They're Orthodox Jews, or they're secular but pro-Israel. Not ultra-Orthodox, don't get it twisted. They're either religious, Orthodox Jews having conservative values and supporting Israel. Some of them are secular Jews and they support Israel, like Bill Maher. Bill Maher is one of the biggest degenerate perverts in the entertainment industry, and he's well known for that. He's a totally disgusting human being, and he's a secular, pot-smoking, atheist, disgusting, vile liberal, but he's one of Israel's biggest defenders. And that's why he loved Christopher Hitchens, and that's why he even likes Donald Trump, and that's why he's increasingly critical of woke. Not because woke is too far left, but because woke is anti-Israel. And Vance can't afford to lose these people because they are a major base of donor support for the Republicans. So he can piss them off a little bit, but he can't totally alienate them. So I said a couple of days ago, Vance is going to need to try to find the middle ground. I said, and what he's going to try to do is give just enough. He's going to try to breadcrumb the Israel critical people. And he's going to try to do this by saying things that sound like they're more based than they are. He did this when the MOU was announced. When the MOU was announced and Israel was not implementing the ceasefire in Lebanon and effectively sabotaging peace, Vance came out at the White House and said, America makes all the weapons that Israel uses to defend itself. Now, that's a factual statement, but the implication was they should be grateful, and out of gratitude, they should obey us. But that's not what he said. He said something that is a fact, and the conclusion that everybody draw, the only conclusion you could draw, why is it relevant that American hands made all the weapons that keep Israel safe? Well, because they should be grateful. And out of gratitude, they should go with the program. But he didn't say that. He implied that. Why does that matter? What's the difference? Because you don't have to defend what you imply. You only have to defend what you say. It gives you plausible deniability. So when, in a year after he's won the primary, in 2 years, in 2028, after he's won the Republican primary to be the nominee for president, when AIPAC and when Miriam Adelson goes to interrogate him, before we give you this $100 million, how do we know you're going to stand with Israel? What about this comment? Vance doesn't have to stand by the conclusion you drew. He can stand by the words and say, well, I never said Israel should do whatever we say because they're dependent on us. I just said we make all their weapons, and that happens to be true. All I said was something factual. Do you disagree with the statement? So he came up with a few of these statements when the MOU came out that if you're really reading what he said, close reading is such an important skill. People ask me all the time, how do I make the best predictions? And a lot of times people don't understand what I'm saying. Close reading is such an important skill in politics because politicians are lawyers. That's what politics is. It's writing laws, interpreting laws, enforcing laws. And what the law is the word. So it matters what people say. It matters what people write. Because at the end of the day, that is what stands. It's not what people think. It's not what people take away. It's not what people infer. It's what is written. It's what is said. And so I remember when the MOU came out, he was just saying all these factual statements to make it seem like he was chastising Israel, but he really wasn't. And that was his tricky little way of giving the anti-Israel crowd what they thought, and it worked. All the Israel critical people said, whoa, did you hear what Vance said? He's really putting Israel in their place. And I said, no, I read exactly what Vance said. I didn't see a single word of critique. I didn't see one word. I read a number of factual statements, and yeah, you can make some inferences, but I didn't really hear a position being staked out at all. A position is Israel is dependent on us. They should do what we fucking tell them to do. That's a position. A position is we defended you. We furnished you with the Iron Dome. We furnished you with interceptors. We shot down Iran's rockets. You're dependent on us. You do what we say. You think we're giving you the support for free? It's expectations. You think you're an ally? What do you have to give to us? You have a small economy, a small population. You owe us. Get in line. That's a position. It's not a position to say, well, Israel should remember that America makes all the weapons that it uses. That's not a position. That's a fact. That's a factual statement. He's doing the same thing here. And the word is equivocation. So what does he say? He says, Israel influences our country. How do they influence our country? They try to manipulate the public conversation. He says, I know that members of the Israeli government don't like the deal. We know exactly what they're doing. They're paying Brad Parscale to pay influencers to critique the deal on the internet and criticize me. These are all factual statements. And by the way, they're all true. Israel, like other governments, attempts to influence public policy, yes. How do they do it? Well, according to this article, this was the means. This was the mode of their influence. Factual statement. What's the value statement, though? He says, well, I don't actually even mind. He says, Israel influences our country, but so does everybody. Israel tries to influence our country, and why wouldn't they? Israel influences our country, so do all our allies and all our enemies. And I don't mind it. He says it's only a problem when American officials listen to it. Really? That's the problem? You don't mind that Israel's trying to influence our government? And then you create a false equivalency and say it's just like every other country. It's just like every other country, and they're in the right to do it, and I understand why they do it, and I don't mind that they do it. The real culprit are our own politicians. Israel's not the culprit. Their agents aren't the culprit. We're the problem. The problem is when American officials listen to them, but I don't mind that they try. How could you not mind? How could you not mind? First of all, that's not even true. It's a totally false equivalency. The United Kingdom and France do not influence American policy as much as Israel does. How do we know that? Look at our policy with regard to Europe right now. Are France and the United Kingdom happy about our policy in Iran? No. Are they happy about our policy in Ukraine? No. Are they happy about our policy towards Greenland? No. Are they happy about our trade policy towards Europe? No. Do they perhaps try to influence American policy? If they do, I'm not aware of it because it's either non-existent or it's totally not efficacious. Do they try to influence the public debate? I'm not even sure that they do. There's no presence from the French or the British in the public conversation. If they are, I don't see it. Were the French and the British able to compel America to give security guarantees to Ukraine? No. Were they able to get Trump to back down from his attempts to acquire Greenland? No. Were they able to get him to reduce trade barriers against the European Union? No. Were they able to get him to back down from his demands for them to increase the proportion of GDP spent on military? No, 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 no. Absolutely not. How about the other way? Did Israel get the United States to bomb Iran's nuclear complex? Yes. Did they get us to participate in a regime change war? Yes. Did they get us to give them $12 billion in aid? Yes. Did they get us to give them 2,000-pound bombs to indiscriminately bomb civilians and enemy combatants alike? Yes. Did they get us to oust the faculty at Columbia, Harvard, and UPenn? Yes. Did they get us to take away visas and citizenship from people that protested Israel's war? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And by the way, who owns the conservative media? Is it the French and the British, or is it Israel-aligned people? Rupert Murdoch owns News Corp. Rupert Murdoch owns Fox News, Wall Street Journal, New York Post. Who's he aligned with? He's aligned with Bibi Netanyahu. Larry Ellison acquired TikTok, CBS, CNN, Warner Brothers, Paramount Plus. Who's he aligned with? He was born in America. He's aligned with Israel. Who's in the administration? Is it a lot of French and British? Or is it Jared Kushner, Howard Lutnick, Steve Witkoff, Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio, Mike Waltz, who are all loyal to Israel? Our ambassador to France is an agent of Israel. Do you know who our ambassador to France is? Jared Kushner's father, Charles Kushner. You know what his priorities are as our ambassador to France? Number one, fight anti-Semitism. So it's a false equivalency. Do all countries try to influence American politics? Ostensibly. But the bigger question is who's actually doing it? It's Israel. Who among our allies is influencing America? It's Israel. It's not the European Union. It's not Ukraine. It's not South Korea or Japan or India. Look at what we've done to India. In the first term, Trump renamed our Pacific Command to the Indo-Pacific in light of increasing ties with New Delhi. In Trump 2, they changed it back. They said we're back to the Pacific Command because India wouldn't stop buying Russian oil and gas. So we're willing to piss off South Korea. We're willing to piss off Japan and India and Europe and Canada and Mexico and Colombia and all of them. We are never willing to piss off Israel. So they stand out. They are alone. They are unique among allies and among all countries in influencing our politics. And by the way, we pay them for the privilege. Why would you not mind that? If you're America first, of course you would mind that. And of course you would mind that they're doing it. And the problem is not just that American politicians listen, it's that Americans betray their country for Israel. But he goes, I don't mind. Every country does it. I get why they do it. I have no problem with it. He says, I'm a reasonable moderate on the issue. So you're telling me Israel spies on our country. Israel influences our policy. Israel's calling you an anti-Semite, a horrible thing to call somebody. Israel's poisoning the peace deal because they want us to die and spend money on their wars. You're a reasonable moderate on that? Does that even make any sense? Do you believe that? If J.D. Vance believes that Israel is paying Americans to buy off influencers to sabotage diplomacy, then what is the necessary conclusion? It means Israel wants Americans to die in their war. Israel wants us to spend trillions of dollars on their war. What happens if peace fails? What happens if diplomacy fails? What happens if the deal collapses? It means Americans will die. It means we are trapped. We are stuck. It means inflation goes up, gas prices stay high. It means we may be involved in a ground war in Iran. That's not a joke. That is serious. And Vance says, we know they're doing it. He says, we know exactly what they're doing. We know this is the agenda hatched in Israel by their government. They're paying Americans to poison the well in the conversation and attack the people making the deal. And the conclusion is they want Americans to permanently be at war on their behalf. And in the same sentence, Vance says, I don't mind it. Everybody else does it. I get why they do it. It's fine. I'm a reasonable moderate on that issue. It's this equivocation, trying to make everybody happy, trying to make us happy without pissing off the Israelis, trying to make the Israelis happy without pissing off us. No, that's not the Trump way. That's not the Trump playbook. That's not decisive. That's not bold. And it doesn't work. And it doesn't make any sense. If you really believe the things you were saying, you wouldn't be a reasonable moderate. You would be saying, this is enough. We give this country billions of dollars. We've done more than enough for this country. They don't listen. And then they're trying to influence our policy. They better get in line. They better get in line. They better join and be a part of the solution and the peace process, or they should fight for themselves then. That should be the message. But again, he can't do that because he is a politician. He is a congenital politician. That's why he was a never Trumper in 2016, and now he's a national conservative in 2026. That's why a couple of years ago, when he got the nomination at the convention, he said we need to bomb Iran really hard. And now that it's not working out, he says, oh, well, I just have to do whatever the president says. Remember? 2 years ago, Sean Hannity interviewed him at the Republican convention, and Hannity said, what do you think about foreign policy? And Vance said, I think we need to punch Iran hard. He said, no more of these minor strikes. We need to hit Iran and hit them hard. He said that at the convention when he was formally nominated. 2 years later, when we actually do it, he goes, well, I just had to support the president. It gets better. So he says all this in the interview. And Joe Rogan asks him point blank. He says, okay, so do you think Israel is manipulating the conversation in America? Do you think they're succeeding at this? And the reaction from Vance, I mean, it's almost like a bit. It's almost like a sketch. So Vance just gets done saying, Israel tries to influence our government. They try to influence it by influencing the public discourse. We know exactly what they're doing. According to Time magazine, Brad Parscale was paid by Israel to pay influencers to poison pill the deal. So Joe Rogan says, do you think Israel is influencing the conversation? And Vance goes, and then he fills up his glass with water. He goes, I mean, that's a really complicated question, man. I don't know. I'm not even making it up. That's what he literally, fills his glass with water. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a difficult question, man. Okay, so what the fuck are you saying then? What's the point? Rogan asked Vance, he says, if it was not for Israel, would we be at war with Iran? In other words, if Israel's influence was not a factor, would we still be at war? And Vance says, absolutely. Absolutely. We would have bombed him in Midnight Hammer and we would have went to war with them now. Okay, so then what are you saying then? Israel influences our government, and we know how they do it, and here's a specific example, and they're calling me an anti-Semite, but I'm like a reasonable moderate, and they're not even really succeeding, and I don't really know if they're having an impact. And Israel wants us in this forever war. They want us to fight war with Iran indefinitely, and they can't even tell us how they're going to win. But we would have been at war anyway. We would have started this war no matter what, because it's really about our interest, and Trump is America first. Okay, so this is what happens when everything that you say is manufactured by consultants. This is what happens when everything you say is created, is designed, these exquisite rhetorical flourishes for a focus group. How can we pander and appeal to the increasingly Israel-critical multitude without alienating the Israelis? And here's really what they concocted. It's something like, we have to acknowledge Israel's influence without attacking the people that are responsible for it. Because, of course, the pro-Israel donors that put up all the money, they're the Israel lobby. Vance doesn't like being attacked by them. Vance doesn't want to be attacked by them. Vance recognizes he needs them. How do we know? He's pandering to them too. He's saying, look, I recognize you're pandering on behalf of Israel. Hey, it's okay. He's trying to be like the cool dad. Hey, little dude, I get it. You want to stay up past 9 o'clock. He's saying to the Israel lobby, hey, listen, Mark Levin, totally love your stuff, totally love your work. I get it. You love Israel. You're a proud Jew. I respect the Jewish people. I don't blame you. You want what's best for Israel? I don't mind it. France wants what's best for... I get it. But the problem is I just can't listen to you. And he thinks that Mark Levin and Miriam Adelson and Ike Perlmutter and Larry Ellison are going to be like, totally understandable. We get it. We get it. Meshuggah, you're going to put America first. We're going to put Israel first. I think we're going to play this game forever. No, because they're serious. The rabbis, they don't fuck around. Okay, these rabbis, these Jews, they're not your buddy. They're not your friend. They're not your pal. They're stone cold, and they're absolutely serious. They would die for Israel if it was required of them. And so these rabbis and these lawyers and these Jews, they're sitting across the table from Vance and they're saying, nope, no good. No. Israel's interests are America's interest. You can't make a deal with Iran. Like, they don't hear this. So I'm arriving at my point. Vance thinks that he can make everybody happy. Vance thinks that everybody's stupid. Oh, listen, Israelis, I understand. Don't hate the player, hate the game. It's an influence game. I know how it's played. You're going to do your thing. No, they're trying to win. So what you're really saying is, I'm not going to play ball with the Israelis. The Israelis are saying, okay, then fuck you. Then we'll go with Rubio. The Israelis are saying, well, then fuck you. We're going with Rubio. You're not pro-Israel. And that's exactly what has happened. Ben Shapiro, today on his show, says J.D. Vance is a Democrat. He's got the foreign policy of Obama, the economic policy of Bernie Sanders. He sounds like Ro Khanna. Vance is a Democrat, and I don't support you anymore. And Rod Dreher at the Free Press, which got their $150 million windfall from Larry Ellison, which got the acquisition authorized by Trump's FTC, Rod Dreher says, it's a time for choosing, Mr. Vance. Are you with Israel or are you with the Iranians? Randy Fine said, I think Vance is going down a bad path. This is not America first. So the Jews are not happy. The Jews accept nothing other than total submission, other than total support. It's like I said earlier, anything less than absolute positivity and support, full-throated, almost to like a religious degree, and they accept nothing less. And so Vance thinks he's going to go to these people and say, hey, listen, I respect the hustle, but I have to put America first. I hope you get it. And he thinks they're going to say, oh, we get it, Mr. Vice President. We don't agree with it, but we respect it. You think we could get another war for Iran? No? Okay, well, hey, we tried it. No, like, they'll assassinate him. Like, they will mobilize their, and that's not like a threat, but it's like, that's how they think. They're like, oh, well, then you need to be removed from the equation then. You won't put Israel first? Well, that's what we are, so we will ruthlessly prosecute you now. We will ruthlessly persecute you. We will back your enemy. We will mobilize our position and resources to destroy your career. And similarly, what Israel critic can get behind this rhetoric? You're the reasonable moderate. There's no reasonable moderation on the issue. Either Israel influences our country or it doesn't. Either they're trying to and succeeding, or they're not or failing. Well, we know that they're influencing the country. We know that they're doing it successfully. We know it has dire consequences. And Rogan is pressing him. He says, listen, it's not just about some of it. He said it's all of it. It's the spying, it's the money in politics, it's the corruption, it's that they're behind the wars. You don't get to do a drive-by snipe acknowledging, yeah, Israel tries to influence, like whatever though. No, it's not whatever though. There's no reasonable moderate position if you're America first on whether the number one beneficiary of U.S. foreign aid is going to be manipulating our country and spying on us and working against our interests diplomatically. There's no middle ground on that. You're either America first or you're not. Either America has primacy and everybody else comes second to last, or you're not. There's no moderation on this issue. And you can't not mind that they're undermining us. So this makes nobody happy. And this is why, like I say, I just have no faith in Vance. I don't know what he believes. Who is he trying to fool here? Is he trying to fool the Israelis on our behalf, or is he trying to fool us on their behalf? Because there's also, and this is something I noticed with Trump also, there's a tendency among the multitude to think that if Trump contradicts himself, like let's say, for example, he supports mass deportations, but then the week after he says we're going to staple green cards to diplomas. There's a tendency among the multitude to say, well, if Trump contradicts himself, if he says something for us and then something for the donors, well, he's only saying that thing for the donors because he needs their money. He doesn't mean it. He supports deportations. He wants deportations. He has to pay lip service to the other stuff to get their money. And it totally ignores the possibility that it's the inverse, that he doesn't care. He needs the money. He's going to deliver on the green cards for the money. The deportations, that's something he says to us because he needs the votes. He's not pandering to the middle or to the donors for the money. He's pandering to the base for their support because he needs their votes. Similarly with J.D. Vance, because Vance is a chameleon, I actually don't know which Vance is the real Vance. Is it the real Vance in 2024 when he said we need to bomb Iran? Or is it the real Vance after we started bombing Iran and he said, oh, actually not a good idea. I don't know which one's the real one. When Vance says Israel influences our country and I'm America first, is that the real Vance? Or is it the real Vance when he says, but I'm a reasonable moderate and I don't know if they influence our country and I don't mind it and I get it. And we would have went to war with Iran anyway, even without their influence. You don't know. There's no ideological core. There's no conviction because he's not really talking. Those aren't his real opinions. Those are carefully crafted talking points to appeal to me. And so if you're trying to appeal to me, if the rhetoric appeals to me, it almost does nothing for me because I don't know if it's appealing to me because that's what you believe or because you are intentionally trying to get me to like you so that you can extract what you want from me. This is the problem. He's a chameleon. And what's more, this equivocation that he's doing, it's going to alienate everybody. You will never pacify the Jews by giving them their due and taking this middle ground approach. You're going to tell these Israel first Jews, you're going to tell them between the Israel haters and the pro-Israel people, I'm a moderate. How do you think that's going to go over? These Jews are fucking crazy. Do you know that? And I say that as we're all relatively normal people. Like when we think that what we are is normal, which is to say that, we have this agreeableness. We tend to want to get along with people. We tend to have a lot of tolerance for differing viewpoints and different customs and things like that. The Jews are not like this. The Jews are crazy. You look at a guy like Joe Lonsdale. Joe Lonsdale is fucking crazy. He really believes that like another Holocaust is imminent. He really believes the Jews need to inspire fear in all the Goyim. And that like everybody that criticizes Israel must be hunted down and hurt badly so that they never think about going up against the Jews and what is in their best interest. He's like a bloodthirsty maniac. These people are insane. They're fanatics. They're equal in their fanaticism to Muslims. The same way that Muslims, throw up the finger and say takbir, and they destroy statues and they behead people and they open up their jacket and blow themselves up on a bus. That level of fanaticism, it's the same with the Zionists. Make no mistake about it, the Zionists are just smarter. Lonsdale is just as much of a fanatic as ISIS. That's not an exaggeration. Joe Lonsdale and Sean Maguire, these are venture capitalists in tech. They're billionaires. But they are just as much zealots and fanatics as ISIS is for Islam, they are with Judaism. They're just better at achieving their goals. They're just smarter. They don't go and rip open a vest and blow themselves up. They quietly infiltrate Silicon Valley their entire lives. And they only give contracts for tech defense companies to founders and people that are pro-Israel. That's how they do it. They're integrating the U.S. defense supply chain with Israel, knowingly or unknowingly. They're all basically like Pollock. Or I should say Jonathan Pollard. Every single one of them is like Jonathan Pollard, creating an ecosystem where they can hand over America's tech secrets, its surveillance secrets, its military secrets to Israel under the table. They want that synchronicity because that is how they believe Israel will be made powerful. The Muslims are doing terrorism. Israel has a nuclear bomb. The Muslims are doing terrorism. Israel is infiltrating AI. Infiltrating the Pentagon, El Segundo, Silicon Valley. This is what they're doing. Equal in their fanaticism. You can't match their fanaticism with equivocation. And say, listen, I know you support Israel, and I get that, and good for you, and I get why you do it, but I have to support America. And expect that they're going to go, oh, JD, you bastard. I disagree with you, but fuck it. If I don't believe you're a really decent guy, put her there. They're not like that. They're not like that. Their motto is by way of deception. Their motto is rise and kill them first. They're not like that. So this is something that people like Vance and Tucker need to get through their fucking head is if you are with us, there can be no equivocation. Are you America first? Prove it. Tucker's getting there. Vance is not. Tucker played this game. He was a pussy for a very long time. Tucker is either an idiot or a coward because for 25 years he had nothing to say about Israel. Tucker is either a coward or an idiot because he worked in politics for 25 years and never saw anything going on with Israel. So you're either too stupid to see what's going on or you were in on it. Either way, you're useless. And his daddy was a part of it too. His dead daddy was a part of it as well. His dead daddy was working for Hungary, was working for the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, which is an Israeli cutout. So we're glad you could make it, Tucker. We're glad you could make it. This basement-dwelling incel is glad that you could finally join the party and be a patriot and defend your country. Tucker's getting it. Vance is not. This equivocation isn't going to work. And I'll tell you what's going to happen. In 2028, Marco Rubio is going to be decisive and bold and strong as a neocon. You can already see it. Rubio gave a speech today about like socialism and communism, and it was powerful. It was a powerful, I felt it was a compelling speech. And by the way, I don't want Rubio to be the guy. But the contrast is that Rubio inhabits his role. He knows what he is. He doesn't need to balance. He doesn't need to equivocate. He's going to be the pro-Israel guy. He's going to be in the pro-Israel neocon lane. He's made that abundantly clear because that's who he is. He has done his signaling that he's like a, Trumpian national conservative, but he's going to be the pro-Israel guy. And being what he is, he's able to go out there and give these strong and decisive speeches. They're just more powerful. They're more unambiguous. He will more fully and more confidently inhabit the pro-Israel lane. He'll be able to put forward a coherent and strong pro-Israel Republican platform. And we're not going to like it, but it's going to be internally consistent. We're not going to agree with it, but it's going to have its own internal logic. It's going to be internally consistent. Well, here's what I mean by this. Here's a perfect example. J.D. Vance says at once, Israel doesn't want peace. Israel influences our government, but also we would have went to war with Iran regardless. You see, that doesn't work. That's a contradiction. Because it's like if Israeli influence is so problematic, but it didn't bring us to war in Iran, then who cares? And then aren't you to blame anyway? If this administration brought us to war in Iran, irrespective of Israeli influence, then what does that say about your administration? You kind of want to have it all ways where it's like at once, the war isn't our fault, but also we're totally independent and we would have done it even without Israel. Whereas Rubio can say we had to confront Iran. It's in America's interest. And we're with Israel on this, and it's a no-brainer. And I'm not Israel first, but that's, he can actually have an internally consistent, logical message. We don't agree with it, but it's more persuasive because it's internally logical. Whereas Vance, because he's trying to be everything to everybody, because, at once Israel's influencing us, but I don't know if it's really affecting us. Israel's manipulating our country, but I don't mind. We know exactly how Israel's influencing us, but every country does it. And then I'm kind of like on the middle ground on this one. So I think that gives Rubio a distinct advantage. This other stuff, it ain't going to work. So very, very, and here's the bigger issue. People are going to hear this and they're going to say, Vance is our guy. People are going to hear this interview, and it's on some level going to work. A lot of people are going to walk away from this and say, well, this just means Vance is our guy. Vance is criticizing Israel. You see what Vance is saying lately? And people are going to go all in on this, not realizing what Vance is really about. So that's the situation with the prospective 2028 presidential primary. Vance and Rubio, make no mistake about it, it's already happening. Just watch J.D. Vance's interview on Joe Rogan and watch Marco Rubio's speech today about communism. The 2028 presidential primary has already started, and those are campaign events. Vance going on Rogan is a campaign event. Rubio giving that speech today about communism, that's a campaign event. They're already campaigning for who's going to be the nominee. And the donors are already lining up. Ken Griffin is lining up behind Rubio. The pro-Israel crowd, the Wall Street crowd are lining up behind Rubio. Seems like some of the tech people are lining up behind Vance. But they're already starting to make their play. And I'm deeply dissatisfied with both options. I don't trust Tucker. I don't trust Joe Kent. I don't trust J.D. Vance. I don't trust David Sachs. I don't know who any of these people are, and neither do you. Nobody knows. Wake me up when they criticize Palantir and their buddy. What did Alex Karp say this week? Alex Karp this week is back on his BS, saying, I would never support AFD because of their anti-Semitism. Really? So at once, Palantir says we're trying to prevent Muslim terrorism in Europe. At the same time, we don't want to elect the party that's going to deport all the Muslims from Europe. Make that one make sense. That's CEO of Palantir over there. So I'm deeply dissatisfied with both options. We need something else. We need something more resolute, more robust. Vance is like I said, this equivocation stuff, it just isn't going to work. And that is what characterizes him fundamentally as a politician. It's why people don't trust him. It's why people don't like him. It's why they say he's weird or creepy. It's because he's not himself. He's not authentically himself. And people can smell that. So that's that. But I do want to move on. I want to talk about our story about Truth Social. And this we're not going to spend too much time on because there's really not much to say about it. This is, I should actually change the title of the show while I'm thinking about it, because we spent most of this talking about Vance, so I got to actually maybe change the title. Let me adjust this real quick. Okay. We'll say something like that. Okay. All right. We're going to move on. We're going to get into our featured story, which is all about this Truth Social feature now. So we've been talking about the criminality of the Trump administration. People just simply do not realize what is going on. I know this because I read, and also I know people in D.C. This government is straight up committing crimes. The things they are doing, it's not like it's ambiguous. They're openly stealing and flagrantly violating the law to personally enrich themselves, and it's all of them. I know this because I know people in the administration. I know this because I read the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal. I keep up to speed on this. People just simply do not realize the extent of the largesse. And so there was a lot of talk once upon a time earlier this year about Kristi Noem at DHS. And Noem was dating Corey Lewandowski. And at DHS, they were basically giving contracts to people that they knew. They were giving DHS government contracts to people that they knew, people in their wider political orbit, in a way that they were profiting from it personally. This is a big reason why Kristi Noem was forced to step down. It was cataloged in the Wall Street Journal. There was a big story a couple weeks ago when we got Trump's financial disclosure on June 30th. And it talked about how Trump made $1.5 billion off of cryptocurrency, off of his scam shitcoin, and then off of World Liberty Financial, which Steve Witkoff's son is running, which was doing business with Pakistan, a country where Steve Witkoff is traveling to conduct diplomacy. He made $1.5 billion off of these crypto scams while serving in office, personally. And we found out about other people in the administration that are profiting off of the prediction markets. There was a story today about a Trump teleprompter operator who made $100,000 betting off of things that were written in Trump's speeches, which he had access to in advance of the speech. And today, the big story is just yet another example of this. Trump owns the conglomerate that owns Truth Social, his proprietary social platform. He uses Truth Social almost exclusively to make statements as the president of the United States. It's what he uses to communicate. He doesn't go through official channels. He doesn't announce something through the White House. He goes on his app, on his phone, and posts something as the president, and then that becomes the statement of the office of the White House. Trump is now introducing a new feature on Truth Social where if you pay them, you will get access to those posts before anybody else. So let's say, for example, Trump declares war on Iran. He's going to do it on Truth Social. And if you pay Truth Social money, you will know that the president of the United States has declared war on Iran before everybody else. And what is that going to allow you to do? Well, if you are sophisticated, you will get the second that that announcement is made, you can make a trade and predict that oil is going to increase in cost And so oil companies are going to explode, and you can make a lot of money on the market. You could go to the prediction markets. You could go to Kalshi or Poly Market, and you can make a bet that the war in Iran is going to resume. If you pay Truth Social money, you'll get these announcements first. So if Trump comes out, for example, this weekend, if Trump goes out on Sunday and says, Iran wants to make a deal, I'm pausing our air campaign, we're going to let diplomacy work itself out, let's see what happens. If you pay Truth Social, you'll get the post first, and you can, ahead of everybody else, make your bets. You can place your bets on the market however much time before anybody else, because you got access. This is a story from the Wall Street Journal. It says, quote, President Donald Trump's social network, Truth Social, announced on Thursday that it will start selling investors quicker access to posts from prominent accounts, opening an unprecedented new way the president could profit from his office. Trump has used Truth Social, owned by Trump Media and Technology Group, as a quote, markets, or hang on, I'm messed up this paragraph. It says, markets already move on Truth Social posts, said Kevin McGum, the interim chief executive officer of TMTG. As adoption grows, we expect the Truth API to become a meaningful, ongoing source of revenue for the company, creating lasting value for shareholders. Trump's family is the primary shareholder in Trump Media and Technology Group. The new product, which is called Truth API, is designed for high-frequency and algorithmic trading firms, according to a news release from the company. So they're not even hiding it. They're not even cloaking it. They're not white labeling it in any kind of way. They're literally saying that what Trump says on Truth Social moves the stock market. They said, if you want the best alpha, if you want the information first, you got to subscribe. And they're saying we have designed an API. It's literally designed for investors. It's designed to translate whatever the president says into investment advice. It's going to show up on your Bloomberg terminal or whatever, for traders to leverage what the president says to make money. That's what they're saying. He says the markets already move based on Truth Social posts. As adoption grows, we expect the Truth API to become a meaningful, ongoing source of revenue, creating lasting value for shareholders. So in other words, we're going to make a fortune off this, and that's going to make our company very valuable. Because this market-moving entity, everyone's going to have it. Everyone is going to literally have to subscribe to this if they want to make money on the stock market. If you want to make profits on the stock market, this is just the cost of doing business. You got to fork over money to Truth Social, which is going to make Truth Social extremely valuable. And who owns the majority of the stock in Truth Social? Trump's family. So Trump, as president, is going to move the stock market, which is with his statements, which you can only get first on his proprietary app, which he owns. You have to pay for it, and that makes Trump personally rich. The product, Truth API, is designed for high-frequency and algorithmic trading firms. Is literally, they're not even, like I said, it's not even concealed. They're marketing it as, this is how you can make money on the stock market. This is for, if you have a trading algorithm, if you're an asset manager, a bank, an investment firm, a fund, you need this. It's made for you. Here's how you can translate Trump's statements before anyone else gets them into usable alpha. The president has nearly 13 million followers on the site and is the primary tech service he uses to communicate with the public. His son, Trump Jr., and members of his cabinet also maintain accounts on the website. Presidents traditionally have divested from companies that could pose as a conflict of interest in office. Trump, by contrast, has maintained his stake in Trump Media, as well as extensive holdings in crypto and real estate ventures. This is as criminal as it gets. I mean, this is Jewish. This is creative. It's like unthinkable. I've never heard of anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. And it's just unthinkable that a president would do this. It puts everybody else to shame. The stuff that Joe and Hunter Biden were doing, People talk about Burisma and people talk about China and they talk about Clinton cash. They talk about that. They talk about other scandals. Somebody is in the House or the Senate and then they get a board seat at a defense contractor. They're selling the president's press releases to high-frequency trading firms so they could use what the president says directly to speculate on the stock market, which will personally enrich the president. Not only does this imply that the president and his friends are already doing this, which they are, but now they're going to profit from it in another way, which is they're going to charge people for the information. How is that even legal? How is that even possible? So an average American, if they want to make money on the stock market, we're going to have to give our president money. If you want to make money on the stock market, because it moves the whole stock market, what the president of the United States does in his capacity, which is extremely personal lately, the way that Trump wields the office is personal. Trump makes these announcements about AI deals and investments, about tariffs on social media. So he'll say, we're going to put 100% tariff on China tomorrow on True Social. You don't think that moves the market? When one of our biggest trading partners is suddenly subject to a 100% tariff as of the time that Trump posts on True Social, that moves the whole market. If Trump says he's going to authorize the sale of certain chips to China, or if he's going to have an investment in AI in the Emirates or something like that, it moves the markets. If Trump says we're going to war with Iran, which currently governs 20% of the world's oil, it moves the markets, and on and on. It's not like it's minimal. In some cases, he's literally giving the ticker for a specific company. He says, buy Palantir, and gives the ticker for it. Obviously, if Trump says, buy Palantir, Palantir's going to go up. If you knew he was going to say it 5 minutes before he did, you would know it's going to go up. You would stand to gain from it. So it's the personal way in which Trump wields the power, in this ad hoc way also, that makes it so that he personally controls the stock market. If you want to make money on the stock market, a great strategy is just to know what Trump is going to say before he says it. If you want to make money on the stock market, you got to give your president money. As a citizen, I have to give my president whatever it is, $1,000 a month, to get a preview of what he'll say as the civilian leader of our government, which will move the stock market. And I have to get this information if I want to have as much information as anybody else and profit. That's just levels of criminality and greed that are unheard of. This is why I say the Democrats need to win in 26. It's just enough is enough. He has pushed it way outside the bounds. What they're doing is just wrong now. It's not like they're not doing enough. It's not like they're not keeping their promises, although they're not. It's that what they're doing right now is bad and it's wrong. They're covering up the Epstein files actively, not passively, actively. They need to be stopped. They're bringing us to war in Iran actively. They're doing damage. They're doing harm. They're stealing from the government. They're setting this precedent that you can do these things. They're doing harm, and they're hardly doing any good. The Democrats need to get in to put a stop to this. I don't care that the Democrats have a bad agenda. The first item on their agenda is investigate and put a stop to the bullshit. Open up the Epstein files, pass the War Powers Resolution, investigate this criminality, and bring these people to justice. It's just unconscionable. And by the way, I hope I don't even come across as a seething Trump hater. Even if you believe in the GOP, let's say you're some GOP hack. Let's say you're some Republican toady, and you think it's radical to vote Republican, and you think Republicans have just they got to win in 2028. What is this doing for Republicans in 28 other than creating problems? The war in Iran, the handling of the Epstein files, the crypto scam, stuff like this. Even if you support the Republicans, what do you think this is going to do for you in 28 other than make your life more challenging? It's got to stop. He's his own worst enemy. He's our worst enemy. Honestly. Never seen anything like it. And how can people not condemn it? How can people on our side stomach this? That's what I don't understand. And it just goes to show, one, Trump is a scam artist because he just lied about everything. And it also shows the extent to which the people don't even know what they want, how easily led the people are. Trump is a true demagogue, and he reveals what populism really is, which is a cynical tyrant, a cynical, petty tyrant, mobilizing the ignorant multitude for his own gain and leveraging that against our civil society, leveraging that against our institutions. Now, the institutions were abusing their power. They deserved it. They deserved it. What allowed the rise of Trumpism? How about 20 years of political correctness and corruption and mainstream media lying and arrogance and contempt and mass migration? They created an opening for Trump because they just wouldn't give us the basics. They didn't respect the people. They lied to the people. They wouldn't close the borders. They wanted to have the people train their own replacements on the job. And they told us to just get used to it. This is a country where you don't have jobs and this isn't your home anymore. And you're a bitter clinger and the rest of it. I mean, they created Trumpism. But what it is cynical. So there's no arguing that. After this, there's just who could defend this? This is the fall of democracy. If we were a republic still, we're not anymore. This is the fall of everything. It's a joke. The stuff they're doing with these government contracts, what they're doing with the market, how they manipulate it, these people like Howard Lutnick and Steve Witkoff that are in the admin, it's poison. You thought it was going to be a golden age? Yeah, for them. It's sick. It's sick. It's deeply sick, and it's wrong. And I told you so. But that's that. I want to move on. We're going to get into our super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say about all this. Let me get set up. We'll see what we got here. All right. We're going to take a look at the super chats. Let's just see. All right.
Mr. Person sent $20. Your face has really thinned out in comparison to her PFP on X and Rumble. A new headshot might Mog King.
Thanks a lot. I'm thinking about it. I just hate taking pictures. I feel like my hair's never quite right. My skin tone is never even. So I hate taking pictures. But yeah, I am due for one. I am due for a new headshot because I thinned out. I look much better. I appreciate it.
Mayfly sent $20. Is a job doing behind-the-scenes IT work in the GOP useful to the movement? Even though I won't be able to influence policy?
Yeah, I mean, sure, as long as you're getting access.
Buffalo Grove Grower sent $25. Let's all admit that the northwest suburbs are better than the southwest and the best area of Chicagoland.
I don't spend too much time. I mean, North Shore is definitely superior. Northwest suburbs, I don't spend enough time there. I will grant, okay, like Park Ridge is really nice. And what else is up there? Like Des Plaines is kind of like Indian though. Barrington, pretty far out there, but pretty white. What else is Arlington Heights? Norridge. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit better. I don't know. It's a mixed bag. You got a lot of nice suburbs. You got, in the Southwest, you got Hinsdale. You got Western Springs. You got Elmhurst. These are really nice areas. It's really nice out there. You got Burr Ridge. You got Indian Head Park. These are some pretty nice areas. And I guess Northwest, maybe it just feels a little older. Feels a little bit more like the city. It's close. It's a tough call. It's a tough call to me, but I don't spend enough time in the northwest suburbs.
Plainfield Grower $20. Southwest Hallam. We are way better than Aurora.
It's crazy how many Chicagoland
Doodle sent
people are
$20.
super chatting
Absolute 10
now.
tenths Rocket liked me on Hinge, but her prop says weed is the key to her heart. Still smash?
No, you can't. No, bad idea.
Heart of the Wolf sent $20.
Don't
Are
do
you
it.
saying Harrison lied? Or got bad intel? I thought you guys were friends, or at least thought highly of each other. Thoughtful face emoji.
I love that.
I love that. A guy says, Harrison Smith has secret intelligence that will lead to the arrest of Erica Kirk. I say, really? I don't think that's really true. Oh, so you're calling him a liar? I thought you were friends. That's like delicious. Yeah, don't engage with the logical fallacy. Just draw even more conclusion. Extrapolate it even further.
Testicular grower percent $20. You should sell your virginity to Sophie Rain for $1 mil. Yankee grower percent $25. Thank you for clowning the Confederate cucks. Losers are not allowed in the 1,000-year Reich.
Well, and the whole Jeffersonian thing, we can't have that either. Can't have the Jeffersonian LARP. Death to tyrants. We want our slaves back. We want black people to live here forever. If slavery never ended, there'd be like 500 million black people here. That's just cope, man. The Southerners are it's wholly copey. After I did that clip, I get all these faggots saying, the Civil War wasn't really about slavery. Yeah, it was. Well, this is Nick's blind spot. Shut the fuck up. Lincoln would have sent him home, bro. He would have sent him home.
AFSC Burner sent $100. Quantum of Solace was the worst Craig Bond film, but the Og Fleming short story is fantastic. Unrelated plot, less than 30 minutes read.
Okay.
Bit on the nose for 2026 incels TBF, but entertaining quick read nonetheless.
Thank you for telling me. I appreciate the big super chat. Thank
Sons
you
of
for
Isaac sent
telling me.
$25. You said Rome is descended from Jacob when selling the Titus shirt. I thought Rome was descended from Esau? Am I mistaken?
Yes, you fundamentally don't understand any of it. You are mistaken. I've only explained it 100 times on the show.
James Dolman Eyeliner Grow percent $100. Chris Lonsdale.
Thank you for the big super chat. I appreciate it. Who? I know who that is.
Roy percent
Appreciate
$20.
the big super
First
chat.
super chat. Started watching the show at 13 yo in early 24. Now 15. You made me read the Bible. Love your work. God bless.
I'm glad to hear it, man. I appreciate. Now that's crazy. I started watching the show when I was 13. Now I'm 15. That's crazy, bro. I'm so old. Why do you make me feel so old? I'm so old. I'm just getting older all the time. And then I'm going to die. I'm just so old, I'm going to die. Hey, I appreciate it, though. Thanks, little bro. Thanks, little bro. I appreciate it. I'm glad to hear that you're reading the Bible, and I'm glad you love the work. Thanks for making me feel like an old man tonight. I started watching your show when I was in 8th grade. Now I'm 15. Awesome, bro. Enjoy it while you
Aaron
can.
Burr sent $20. Bucky's would never do like 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Sasuke Groyer sent $20. Yo, Shalmaneser III, I'm really happy for you, but Ashurnasirpal I had one of the greatest obelisks of all time. Texan
Cool.
Groyer sent $20.
Cool.
Brother, please change your Twitter PFP. You look chopped. Gotta flex the
Okay.
ascension.
Thank you.
Bilzerian for
telling
Congress sent
me.
$50. The day you lose all your followers can't come soon enough.
Oh, dude, the Kazarian thing is so funny, bro. Dude, he created a campaign website, like a month before the election? And then today, the day before the deadline, he goes, make sure to register as a Republican so you can vote for me. The deadline's tomorrow. Good thinking, idiot. To vote in the Republican primary next month, you need to be a registered Republican by tomorrow. Dan Kazarian's been running since April, and today was the first time he told anybody to register Republican. What's the excuse now? Oh, hey, by the way, you know how I'm running for Congress? Yeah, well, it turns out for you to vote for me, you need to register Republican. The deadline's tomorrow. Sorry for the late notice. Yeah, nice campaign you
Donald
got.
Merck sent $50. How does
Genius.
it make you feel knowing JD is desperately trying to avoid the Groyer squeeze, but he won't be able to? The Tech Bro podcast strategy of 2024 isn't working this time, fat ass. We've seen enough.
How does it make me feel? That's your question.
Mock Torita sent $57. Can
I'm
a Groyer
numb.
band get...
I'm ice cold.
Mock Torita sent $57. Can a Groyer band get some love for the new album? Neighborhood Icons by Blanders. Also, Latinofoids tried to cancel me for allegedly beating women. Women are petty and emotional.
It's also tiresome. Thank you for that, I
Traffic and
guess.
Truther sent $30. Joined Coffee to help network. Found out one of the knights is an OG who's been around since Groyer War 1. We're everywhere.
Cool.
Low tier Grower sent $25. Hey Nick, love the summer collection. Got the white polo and swim trunks. Just curious if you've ever gone in depth on 9/11?
Yeah.
Nick's Mexican waiter sent $20. Looking good, cutie. Great show. In Word F Slur sent $100.
Thank you for the big super chat. Appreciate it. Thank
Big
you
Z
very
Grower
much.
sent $80.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Scorsese Babadetti sent $20. Salvation is not limited to a priest.
Okay.
Kara sent $50. Never did I think I would complete all of my high schoolers back to school clothes shopping mid-July thanks to the Fuentes store. You really are the best. Thank you.
That's crazy. Okay, but actually get them normal clothes too. Like, I shouldn't say that. I should be like, great, yeah, you should only wear my merch. But it's like, imagine being in high school, you're only wearing Groyper merch. Like, we got to get some other fits too. I hope you're getting some other fits for those niggas as well. But I appreciate it. Hey, got to rep the team. I support it. I love it.
Has Crowder issued his apology form yet for you being right about the Iran war? He said he would no longer support Trump if it carried on 100 days. You have the right about everything award. The GOAT.
Well. No, I haven't gotten my apology form. Listen, I like Crowder. I'm not gonna bust his balls about it, but yeah, I was right. And the goalposts are always shifting. It's like Trump said no new wars. Oh, he bombed Iran. Well, it's just a one time. Oh, we're back at war. It won't go on for 100 days. Oh, it's going on for 100 days. Well, there'll never be boots on the ground. It's like the goalposts are always shifting. We're never gonna hold anybody to any standards. Oh, man. Yeah, it is what it is, but whatever.
America's Groy Pet sent $150. Your show is by far my favorite to watch. I watch at night while I work. My boyfriend is graduating Navy boot camp near Chicago. I'd like to take him out to a nice restaurant to celebrate. Do you know of a good Italian one in the area?
Oh, could I help you? Thank you for the big super chat. Oh, I'd love to help. You and your Chad Navy boyfriend are going to have a lovely Italian dinner in my city. How can I be of service? How about I drive you guys? Can I pay for it? Can I drive you guys? Can I pay for it? Need anything? I'm so glad I could help. Here's some good picks. Well, let me put you on. This is like super basic. I'll put you on because you gave me $150. For $150, I'll put you on. And because I'm feeling nice. And it sounds wholesome. So lately, my favorite restaurant is Trivoli Tavern in Fulton Market. Now, look. I know that's a basic pick. It's not trad. It's not a esoteric selection. It's not an old school locals spot. It's very yuppified. It's very yuppie. It's very TikTok. But you know what? It's worth the hype. Totally worth the hype. The atmosphere, the food, the service, 10 out of 10. Can't go wrong. So I know it's a basic ass pick. It's in Fulton Market where all these yuppies that work at Google are there. I go there and I feel the feelings of inferiority. I can't even begin to describe them. When I go to Fulton Market, I'm just like looking up at everybody's tall. Everybody's tall and beautiful and they're all out having fun with their friends. I go to Fulton Market and I feel like a Squatamalan. It's all these like tall, chic, handsome couples. They're all going out together. They're laughing. They're talking about normie stuff, going to these trendy bars and restaurants. They all have tech jobs and finance jobs. They're all at an outing. They're on a date. And I'm there like, excuse me, down here. Can I get through, please? So it's very yuppified. Very yuppified. They're all in that world. I'm invisible. They're all in that world. It's fine. But that is so. If that's you, if you want to be a part of that, go to Trivoli Tavern. It's great. Excellent restaurant. Atmosphere is amazing. Atmosphere, exterior, interior, amazing. Because to me, the atmosphere is very important. I don't know about you guys, but a restaurant can have very good food. But if it's like bright white fluorescent lights and like gray, what do they call that? Like vinyl flooring. If it's those like gray vinyl floor panels, I can't eat there. I need to be at a booth. I need it to be a nice chair. I need mood lighting. I need it to be yellow mood lighting. I need atmosphere. I need it to be an event. If you're spending the money, I want it to be an event. So it's great atmosphere. The food's excellent. It's a great menu. A lot of different options. That's a winner. Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder. That's like it's touristy, but it's also very old school. They got one thing. Great atmosphere. A little less yuppified. That's great too. Service is great. Food's great. Cash only. The only problem. Those are some good options for you, okay? Okay, are you happy? Are you happy? I hope you are. I hope you and your Navy boyfriend are really happy. And I hope you have a wonderful, magical night. I hope it's everything you want and more. Maybe I'll see you there. Maybe out there off in the distance, you'll see me in the corner, in a bomber jacket. No. But I appreciate the big super chat. Enjoy.
Mac the Grow, I % $20. When you run into the Iceman, what you gonna do except freeze? Ice emoji.
So true.
Negus the Great sent $20. Ordered twice from the store and received both in a few days without issue. Possible that only weak goy have order issues?
I think so. Yeah, they didn't do it right.
Bimmy.Groy % $200. Did you hear about White Retian's dog? RIP, we love all Groy pups. Prayers for Sunday.
No, I didn't. But thank you for the big super chat. That's fascinating. I appreciate the huge super chat. No, what happened? Did his dog die? I'm really sorry to hear that of his dog died.
Jimmy Butler Groy % $25. Diversity stole my Xbox.
Okay.
Chimplord AF sent $20. Your monologue about the wave of grifters last Friday was very eye-opening. Paying my dues to Nick Wright about everything Fuentes.
Wow. Thank you.
Coke Doggy Dog sent $20. Nick, I laughed out loud when you described pulling out of a garage in the hood in a bulletproof SUV at 70 miles per hour like you're in Iraq. I'd be honored to discuss theology with you sometime. Blessings.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. Yeah, why not? My time is worth literally nothing. Yeah, let's just sit down and talk about when's good for you. Should I fly out to you? When do you want to talk about theology? I have no idea who you are, but my time is worth literally nothing. So someone I've never met, yeah, when is good for you? Can I drive to you? What do you want to do? Dinner, lunch? Let's just burn the, what do they call it? Let's just spend all night talking about theology. Why not? It's just crazy. I laughed out loud when you made that joke. I'd be honored to discuss. Well, let's set it up. Why not? I'm here for you. It's not enough that I talk about theology for a living on the show. I'll do a one-on-one session. Let's do a one-on-one session. Is that, what else can I do? Can I dance for you? Can I sing for you? What else? Juggle? You want to see me juggle? The Midnight Oil.
My Wi-Fi's Mossad sent $22. I want to network with Growipers near me. How can we do it discreetly? Or is the movement designed to be... Okabe Growiper sent $20.
Okay, thank you.
Loyal Lion sent $30. Loyal Line here.
Okay,
we did not appreciate your rant against the Confederacy last night, especially
Thank you.
Black Floyd Growiper sent $25. Congrats, Hitler.
How about that? Bill Maher called me Hitler. Bill Maher said that Fuentes prick, that's Hitler. He's Hitler. They're all Hitler. That was Farming. Hey, guilty as charged. Yeah, okay. I'm Hitler. Whatever.
Cracodon sent $20. I've never seen a skinny person drinking Diet Coke.
Until now. I went to this restaurant a couple weeks ago, and the guy said, anything to drink besides water? And I go, can I just get a Diet Coke? And he goes, DC? I was like, dude, that's so sick. You're so sick. He goes, we're ordering. Okay, hey guys, anything to drink besides water? Just a Diet Coke for me. He goes, let me get in character. He goes, DC? Good choice. I was like, dude, that's so sick. You're so sick with it. DC? Absolutely. Thanks, bro.
Chef Groy sent $20. I would nuke Gaza if Brett Cooper would do a split like that on me.
Some people are just cool like that. I'm not cool like that. I don't have bits like that. I don't have a bit.
Riverside. Elo Groy per mom sent $20. Mom, nurse, America first. USA emoji, red heart emoji, saluting face
Riverside.
emoji.
Hey, that's like right across the street from me. That's great. If you just go south on Harlem, and then west, you're like right down the street from me. No, but I appreciate it. We love Riverside. Riverside is great. I love that.
Central
that's
Plains
a great
Grower
town.
sent $20. No unity with the far left. Pure evil. Little brother was indoctrinated and now believes he's trans. Can't hate them enough.
Really? That's crazy, dude. The trans thing I do not understand at all. That's just insane to me. Yeah, I can't even imagine, especially a brother. I knew one person that trooned out. Old friend of mine. It was crazy. We used to play Fortnite. and then he trooned out. He just like vanished from the friend group, and then he kind of resurfaced, and he was trans. And it was like, what the fuck? I can't imagine if it was my brother. I would lose it. I don't have a brother, but that's crazy.
Sent $20. Yesterday, Sean McGuire from Sequoia tweeted his video, "The Iran War is America First. Bro's number one reason? Weakening China."
Yeah, they always got something to say like that. I mean, Sean McGuire's wife is Israeli.
Westchester
so.
Roy percent $50. Thanks for what you do. I'm down 40 pounds with 40 more to go because of you. I also never did drugs or drank. Getting the money up. Go.
Love it, man. Westchester, shout out.
Fuzzy Slip has sent $20. Misogyny is cringe. Women are flowers. Sneako today on X unbelievable.
It's rage bait. You're falling. You're just taking the rage bait.
HVAC ATX sent $50. Came across the clip of you and Tucker talking about gender dynamics in the sexual marketplace of today. Bro was lost lol. You spoke for a lot of us. Zero cope. All facts. Looks max.
He's totally. He doesn't get it, man. He's Gen X. He does not get it. You know, women are mythical creatures. The men need to step up. The problem is a shortage of good men. They don't know what it's like, bro. They don't know what it's like out there. They just don't understand. And neither do I. People tell me about it. But they just don't know what it's like. They don't know that every girl has a roster. Every girl's got a roster. They're lining up waiting to take your place. It's literally that meme of the girl in on the bed, and it's like a line of guys behind her, and you're like, you're the guy with the flowers. You're the guy with the flowers. The problem is the shortage of good men. The good men are like number 13 in line. Captain Save-A-Ho. I don't care that you're totally ran through. I don't care. I don't care that you've got 20 guys in your Instagram DMs. I don't care that you have 10 guy friends that all want to fuck you. Because what we have is special. It's crazy. The modern looks match couple is a sight to behold. It's an absolute horror show. So yeah, he just will never. He's like, you beat up on women. It's like, bro, women are not being beaten up enough.
Lat pull down sent $20. Young bro Ibers, stop saying. Just do. Pro white Muslim sent $20. Even if Islam is false, would you put Muhammad up there with Napoleon, Genghis Khan, Stalin, etc.?
No.
Willen Canal sent $20. Fendi addiction is a death sentence. Ibogan treatment has a ridiculously high success rate. Would it be moral to legalize?
I don't know anything about that.
Dunkin' Donuts sent $50. Hey, keep the Marines, sailors, airmen, and soldiers in prayers here and all up here now. Got hit pretty hard this morning. Unconfirmed casualty/fatality. In the GC sending updates, some that I'm allowed to.
Sorry to hear that. Don't give any classified information. I don't want the feds looking at my group chat, man. Bro's like, I'll just send whatever I can. It's like, bro, please, like, don't put classified information in the GC. But we're praying for you guys. Hang in there.
sent $20. Love your movement, but don't lose that 16 IRL charisma behind the camera. We're gonna need it in the future. Much love. Latin cross emoji.
Okay.
Butt crack Roy sent $20. You'd have plus 10k viewers every night if you actually went.
Okay, thank
Roy
you.
Perwood about sent $20. Nick, enough with the porn stars. We need you to crash the Trump family reunion. The Groiper Floridian sent $100. Dear Diary. Today in the $100 per month GC, the Groiper stoners were insisting, it's not addictive, bro. The Foyds were unusually quiet. Catholics got bodied by the prots, as tradition dictates. Sadly, White Rican's dog passed away. Fly high, little guy, Dev emoji.
Thank you for the big super chat.
Navigator's Way sent $200. Regarding crashing out on Protestants, deserved. Too many Protestants are dispensational Zionists holding retarded positions on Israel. Speaking as a non-retard Protestant Groiper, we need each other.
It's getting really hard. Thank you for the big super chat. Thank you for that insight. My mind is blown. It's like that was totally necessary to say, not redundant or inane at all. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you for telling us we needed to hear
Illiterate
that.
Chad sent $30. Rip Ellie from Fish Tank. Perfect racist Asian shut it gone. It's more sad when pretty young girls kill themselves. French fan sent $20. Thoughts on Jordan Peterson latest tweet on the Jews? Also, why do you think he's shilling so hard for them? Just money?
Oh,
Finwar sent $20. Nick, you have the ability to articulate topics better than any influencer. I know everyone knows about the Jews and 9/11, but I think it would be awesome if you did it against no one do it like you. Jarrell sent $20. My buddy got the shit kicked out of him bad. Now he thinks it's the end times and the cartel's after him. TBI fry his brain? Lamethy sent $20. How do we cure the goyim, or do they just get fucked?
The cure is that they all die. Like, honestly, Rabbi Mizrahi, if you can hear me, please bring it forth. Total goyim death, bring it forth. If I died along with the rest of the goyim, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. You know? I don't even mind anymore. It's like it would be worth it. Holy.
Ventablack Floyd Groy percent $25. The anti-data center stance is moronic. Fishback should drop it. It makes it looks like he gets his politics from Insta Reels. Fairhaven Groy percent $100. Am I betraying my race if I'm falling for this hot African American at my dim? Every time I see her it takes me back to my anthropology class. Her eyes are like two dark whirlpools sucking me in. Skin so black it's like I'm seeing my shadow. I feel my IQ slipping away as she walks by. Groy Pini Choxy. Groipstad sent $20. To all my fellow Protestants, if you were truly loyal to our leader, then you wouldn't be yapping about cherry-picked nonsense. Nebraskan Nationalist sent $20. Is any part of AF evil? Can we be prejudiced or racist while speaking truthfully and not be sinning mortally? Church says diff. Icarus Thefall sent $50. Just turned 21 and hit my first 100K month in June. Been building my company for the last 2 years 24/7, non-stop. Nick is spot on. Stay hungry and relentlessly try to improve at everything you do.
Thank you. 100,000 a month? That's crazy. Good for you, man. God bless you. I love to hear that. See, it's possible. It's possible. Anyone can do it. Well, not anyone, but you got to find out if you can. If you're one of the ones who can. Love to hear it, man. Wait, you made $100,000 last month. You gave me $50. That's crazy.
Floridian Chad sent $20. One thing I picked up from the painful JD interview was that he def pays attention to this AF show. Vote Fishback. Lamathy sent $20. Stupid Goyim, how asinine could someone believe in something so retarded like chemtrails? Smaller Bear sent $20. JD prevarication is AIDS. Guys is quid. You're the goat.
Very true.
Damo sent $50. Recently noticed I unconsciously hurt good relationships to put myself in better positions to succeed in my career. Have you lost good people for your success as well?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're focused on the mission comes first in every way. And yeah, it's a choice everybody makes. Anyone who's ever achieved anything great will tell you the same thing. It's like Robert De Niro. You know, what does he say in Heat? When he says, you can't have anything in your life that you're not willing to walk away from in 30 seconds when you feel the heat around the corner. It's like that. Not to be dramatic, but it's just true. If you have ambitions, if you want to be the best, that's just how it is. So, yeah.
Bieberhole sent $20. Hi, Nick 16 big fan. What's the opinion on steroids?
Not good.
M4TT sent $21. Canada can't control their wildfires, yet shitlibs are out here defending them and blaming it on climate change. Fuck Goyim.
True.
Shrek is Life 911 sent $20. Do you think JD is catering to Trump's stance on Israel because he's VP, or do you think he's more critical deep down and just can't say it?
You're kind of missing the whole point. There is no deep down. You're missing the whole point. Everything is expedient. It's there. That's the whole point. There's no there. There's no core. There's no deep down. There's just what is expedient politically.
Kentucky Knight sent $100. Fuck Bill Maher.
True. Thank you for the big
NXK
super chat.
sent $21. Fine has no concern of losing to the point that he is willing to stand up to Trump 1 month out. Dan B isn't even on radar. Non-Plus Ultra sent $25. Haven't watched in a few weeks. Brother, those shoulders are looking stout. Well done. And thank you for the show.
Thanks. Appreciate
Rowan Promotion
it.
sent $20. If Rogan doesn't have you on after this great monologue covering an episode of his, it's more likely than not because he can't.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Best 1872 sent $20. Love from Scotland, bro. Hail Alba. Latin cross emoji.
All
Scotland
right,
emoji.
yeah, Scotland.
Tide Pod Roy percent $20. Were you always a word seller? Is that a skill that developed as you got older? I've always been a math guy myself.
I was always a word cell, but I love math too.
Ivke sent $20. What a good show tonight. Joe Rogan should stop being a coward and have you on. He mentions you a lot and I think he watches you. The Crocodile Grower percent $30. Hi Nick, Australia deported Sneeko. He also hung out with an Undertaker whose son was an ISIS member.
Really?
H. Woodfriend sent $20. First super chat ever. Since you know your geography, you ever see Perlandball comics back in the day? Used to read them on a funny all the time for the lols. It's gay AF now on Reddit. God bless. Latin cross emoji.
I think I know what that is. I'm not sure.
Lamathy sent $20. I'm convinced Nick is a quant trader.
Think
Murder
so?
Rape Sneeko sent $25. Great show. Looking sharp tonight.
Thanks.
Ethan J. Nelson sent $20. What news articles do you recommend subscribing to, if any? Episcopalian sent $20. Cooking out this weekend to celebrate the 736th anniversary of Edward I issuing his Edict of Expulsion.
Based.
Kazak sent $20. If Sneeko
Holy
wants to be an American,
based.
he has to eat on camera a bacon cheeseburger. There is nothing unclean that God has made clean. Same God we are. Norwood Park Roy percent $20. How will Trump's influence on elections change after he is out of office? Will people still blindly follow? Welding Groy percent $20. Tony Hinchcliffe included you on a post about possible panelists at MSG in August. You and Ye would be a goated episode.
I saw that, yeah.
Brug Roy percent $20. All that fucking momentum from Biden woke admin has vanished. Image of Kamala won in 2024. We could fit Hitler in 2028.
I know,
Steak Lover
right?
67 sent $20. I was curious what you thought about someone pursuing game dev and music, and if this could be beneficial to the movement.
Yeah, like I guess.
Illiterate Chad sent $30. Media never reported, but before the official Trump coin baron scammed 8 figures with another crypto called DJTW as friends.
Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
Matt Nuclear sent $20. Can we be friends? Ben beats me. Fellow Wexican sent $100. If we were to participate in the Truth Social stock manipulation to fund the movement, would we be open to prosecution for participating in the buying of stocks?
Just get a job, bro. Thank you for the big super chat. Oh, man, that's just
Cajun
like...
Groy percent $20. What's the changes? Rubio will listen to the Pope over Israel if he gets elected/selected.
I doubt he will.
Sonny Grow I percent $20. Sup? Dibble Breaker sent 20.
What is the changes? Rubio will listen to the Pope over it. Like, this just doesn't even make any sense.
A vast intelligence
like, what you're
entertaining.
writing doesn't even make any sense.
Dibble Breaker sent $20. A vast intelligence entertaining infinite stupidity. It attracts more fools than it could ever shake off.
Okay.
Juju61599915 sent $20. SoCal Groy per here. You are a beacon to non-Spanish speaking Mexican American generation. America first always.
I'm
USA
glad.
emoji.
I'm glad to
Go
hear
Book
that.
Knight sent $20. Let's give big thank you to our forefathers that built this great nation, especially those who fought in revolutionary and civil wars for creating and keeping together our great nation and future empire. At Anon 47281638 sent $25. We love you, Nick. Cool face emoji. I think you're cool. Cool face emoji. Stay cool, brother. Candace Groy percent $20. Tucker doing tricks on it. It's crazy. Just started clipping on X this week. We are inevitable.
Love to hear it. Thanks.
German Groy percent $20. Did you check on the European chat control yet? Would love a small segment.
No. Oh, you love that?
Open door
Okay, let me get
1235
on
sent
it.
$20. Don't do a show on Friday.
Yeah.
Romy Noy sent $20. Jacob literally gets renamed to Israel by God. Europe is Esau. Candace.
Yeah, like doesn't understand anything.
Roy 2525 sent $20.
His name's literally Israel. Israel's Jews. The new Israel is the church. What is the story? The story of Jacob and Esau is about a birthright. Esau doesn't value his birthright. Jacob steals it. The Gentiles receive Christ because the Jews rejected him. Christ was their birthright. Like that. Okay, that is the Christian interpretation.
Roy
of it.
2525 sent $20. Can't stand Jacob.
Wait, but he widowy get renamed Israel. Wait, but how could Jacob be Europe when he's widowy renamed Israel? Yeah, dude, it's like you'd have no idea what you're talking
Roy
about.
2525 sent $20. Can't stand JD's. I've been down the rabbit holes. Conspiracy bros tick. Thinks we're so dumb.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Kazak sent $50. Why do black always use speakerphone in public? Isn't that the isn't mood kill?
It's like, what? Isn't that the isn't mood kill? Like, okay.
Jakeshield 777 sent $20. What makes Nick Fuentes a white supremacist? I also believed this until my black friend told me it was all lies and had me meet him.
Nice. Okay, all right. That's our last super chat. Wow, great job, guys. Great job tonight. It's amazing.
Nebraskan Groy percent
Amazing
$20.
stuff.
Would you ever want to be a guest on comedy show Kill Tony? Maybe with Dave Smith.
Maybe with Dave Smith and Mel Gibson and Kanye and maybe a panel with Sam Hyde and Hitler and just like, dude, please. Why? No more. Sophie Rain. I can't do this anymore. Sophie Rain. Sophie, just treat it like it's an indulgence. I think if you give me $10 million, your sins will be forgiven. Like, just consider it a good deed. Please, Sophie, I can't do this anymore. Sophie, it's so hard. I can't do this anymore. I don't mind doing the show. I just can't. I can't read this nonsense anymore. That's too painful. It's psychically painful to have to listen to this. All right. Well, that's our last super chat. That's going to do it for me tonight. I think, that might be it for me for the week. I might do a show tomorrow. Honestly, I might not. I don't know. I might just skip it. That's all I got for you tonight. Remember to smash the follow button, smash the like button, leave a comment. I'm on the air Monday through Friday. Thank you to our super chatters. Special thank you to the top super chatters: Bimmy, Groiper, Navigator's Way, America's Groipet, AF, Super Chat Burner, James Dolan, Eyeliner Groiper, N-Word F-Slur, Groiper Floridian, Fairhaven Groiper, Kentucky Knight, and fellow Wexican. Nice. Thanks to them. Thanks to all our super chatters.